Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into one of the wildest conspiracy theories of the 21st century. Adam Sandler is a time traveler. Yes, you heard that right. The beloved comedian, actor, and producer may have been hiding a huge secret all along, and we have the evidence to prove it. Now, before you dismiss this as another outlandish claim, we're going to take you on a journey through Sandler's career, his mysteriously timeless look, and the clues he's left behind in plain sight. Grab some popcorn because this theory is about to blow your mind. The unchanging appearance, the ageless Adam Sandler. Let's start with the most obvious clue. Adam Sandler doesn't age. Seriously, look at any picture of him from the 90s and compare it with a picture from today. There are barely any noticeable changes. While other actors from the same era, like Jim Carrey, Mike Myers, or Ben Stiller, show signs of aging, Sandler seems to have discovered the fountain of youth. Take his early hit Billy Madison, 1995, where he played a 27-year-old man-child, and then look at him in Murder Mystery 2, 2023. If you didn't know better, you'd think the movies were shot just a few years apart. His hair, his skin, and even his voice have stayed remarkably the same. While some might chalk it up to great genetics or a healthy lifestyle, this seems too convenient. Could it be that Sandler's youthful appearance is because he's moving through time, never staying in one era long enough for aging to catch up with him? His movies predict the future. Now let's dive into the really juicy stuff. Sandler's films. Believe it or not, some of his movies seem to contain eerie predictions about the future. Let's take a closer look at some of the most bizarre examples. Click is arguably one of the most obvious examples of a movie that may be hinting at time travel. The film revolves around a magical remote control that allows Sandler's character to fast forward through life, pause moments, and even rewind to past events. While it's presented as a comedy, the concept itself is deeply tied to the manipulation of time, a topic that seems suspiciously relevant to our theory. Many fans and conspiracy theorists believe this movie was Sandler's subtle admission of his own time-traveling abilities. Think about it. Click explores the consequences of tampering with time, as Sandler's character learns that fast-forwarding through life leads to unexpected regrets. It's almost as if Sandler is warning us, using the film as a metaphor for the dangers of messing with time, something he may know all too well. In 50 First Dates, Sandler plays a man who falls in love with a woman, played by Drew Barrymore, who has short-term memory loss and must relive the same day over and over again. While the film is a light-hearted romantic comedy, some theorists believe it hints at Sandler's deeper understanding of time loops and alternate realities. What if Sandler, like Barrymore's character, is trapped in his own time loop, hopping between different moments in history and experiencing time in a way we can't even comprehend? While Barrymore's character is stuck in the same day, perhaps Sandler is stuck in a different kind of loop, one that allows him to revisit different points in history, subtly altering events as he goes. Pixels is another film that raises eyebrows when you consider it in the context of time travel. The plot revolves around classic 80s video game characters coming to life and invading Earth. Sandler's character, a former arcade champion, is called upon to save the world using his gaming expertise. Strangely, the film's depiction of video games becoming a global phenomenon has eerie parallels with the rise of sports, virtual reality, and gaming culture in recent years. It's almost as if Sandler had insider knowledge of what the future of entertainment would look like. Could it be that Sandler has seen the future, and Pixels is just one of many subtle hints he's dropped along the way? Whether it's Click, 50 First Dates, or Pixels, Sandler's movies seem to consistently touch on themes of time manipulation, future predictions, and alternate realities. Is this just a coincidence, or is Sandler using his films to drop hints about his secret time-traveling abilities? Adam Sandler's vintage persona, a time traveler's style. One thing that sets Adam Sandler apart from other Hollywood stars is his deep connection to the past. Whether it's his devotion to classic comedy or his signature old-school fashion sense, there's something about Sandler that feels like he's lived through multiple eras. Take his style, for example. While many celebrities evolve their fashion choices with the times, Sandler has stuck to a very specific look. Oversized basketball shorts, baggy shirts, and sneakers. It's a look that feels timeless, almost as if he's plucked pieces from multiple decades and mashed them together, because he's experienced them all firsthand. But it's not just his fashion that feels out of time. Sandler's comedy is rooted in a nostalgic love for classic jokes and slapstick humor, often referencing pop culture from the 1970s and 80s. What's strange, though, is how specific and detailed his knowledge of these eras is, despite being born in 1966. Some fans have noted that Sandler's understanding of older trivia feels almost too personal, as though he lived through those times in a way most of us didn't. Sandler's uncanny ability to stay relevant. Here's another intriguing clue. Adam Sandler's staying power in Hollywood is nothing short of miraculous. How many actors from the 90s have been able to transition through multiple decades with the same level of success? Not many. Sandler, however, has remained a cultural icon for over 30 years. His career, which began in the late 80s, is still thriving in 2024. Unlike other actors who fade in and out of relevance, Sandler has managed to remain a household name by continually reinventing himself and staying on top of trends. From The Wedding Singer, 1998, which capitalized on the 80s nostalgia boom, to Uncut Gems, 2019, which showcased his dramatic chops, Sandler has stayed remarkably relevant across different genres and audiences. What's even stranger is how he's managed to predict what audiences will want. Take The Wedding Singer, for example. It came out in the late 90s, long before the 80s nostalgia trend fully took off. Yet the movie sparked a revival of love for all things 80s. It's almost as if Sandler knew what was going to be popular before the rest of us did. This kind of foresight is rare in Hollywood. Could it be that Sandler's ability to stay ahead of the curve comes from his knowledge of future events? If he's truly a time traveler, it would explain how he's been able to navigate the entertainment industry with such precision and success. The SNL time slip, a strange anomaly. For our next clue, let's turn the clock back to the early 90s, when Adam Sandler was a cast member on Saturday Night Live. His rise to fame during this period was meteoric, almost too fast, some would say. Sandler wasn't just another ordinary cast member. He became an instant sensation with characters like Cajun Man and Opera Man. But many insiders noticed something strange about Sandler's comedic style. It often felt like his humor was influenced by more modern comedic trends that wouldn't become popular until years later. His absurdist humor, combined with offbeat characters, seemed to predict the rise of internet humor and memes in the 2000s and 2010s. It's almost as if Sandler was tapping into the future, using techniques that were ahead of their time in the 90s. Some believe this was the first public sign of his time-traveling abilities. The secret of Sandler's longevity. Hidden messages? Let's talk about Sandler's long-standing collaborations, especially with actors like Kevin James, Chris Rock, and Rob Schneider. These actors, like Sandler, seem to remain culturally relevant even when their careers should logically have slowed down. Is it possible that Sandler's inner circle knows his secret? Could they be in on the time travel conspiracy, benefiting from their connection to Sandler's unique abilities? After all, the Happy Madison crew seems to have stuck together for decades, releasing movie after movie, despite changing audience taste. Fans have even speculated that some of Sandler's movies contain hidden messages or Easter eggs, clues to his time-traveling adventures. It's possible that Sandler, knowing his time-hopping days may be numbered, is using his films to leave behind a record of his journeys for future generations to discover. What do you think? So, there you have it, Adam Sandler, time traveler. From his ageless appearance and ability to predict future trends to his movie's uncanny themes of time manipulation, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that Sandler is more than just a talented comedian. Could it be that he's secretly traveling through time, using his experiences to create movies that resonate with audiences across generations? Of course, we'll probably never get a straight answer from Sandler himself. But next time you watch one of his movies, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just find a clue that we missed. What do you think? Is Adam Sandler a time traveler, or is this all just a series of bizarre coincidences? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more crazy theories and deep dives into pop culture.